tosses his kid. There are so many effects in this. This is brand new to me. This is so much fun. Guys, this is brilliant. I am a little bit obsessed. You're gonna see me use this plugin all the time. What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. For those that don't know, my name is Alina Smith. I'm a writer and producer for projects like ITZY, Red Velvet, Changha, Sami, Fall Out Boy, Betty Who, and many others. And on this channel, we discuss all things music production and songwriting. So if you're not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button down below. So today's video is a fun one. We're gonna discuss how to make a boring beat more fun. I find that this is something that a lot of people ask me. Oh, I know how to make beats. I know how to play chords, make drum beats, play bass line, but I just don't know how to make it have that zing. So today's video is going to be all about elevating your beats and various techniques that you can use for that. And before we get started, today's video is sponsored by Unison Sound Doctor, which is a brand new plugin coming out on September 27th, which I am so excited to show you guys because I've been playing with it and I think it's one of the best effects creation plugins I've seen in a long time. So without further ado, let's just hop straight into this video. Okay guys, so here's our boring beat. Nice chord progression, I think, but yeah, you know, I'm using a very simple electronic piano from Keyscape with like nothing on it, no effects. You know, there's this like hey yell right here that has nothing on it. Hey. It's bone dry. You know, these vocals right here of me. Hey. Just dry again. You know, there's just no interesting processing on anything. So I thought we could elevate this by first taking a look at our sounds. So I think this sound right here is key, the electronic piano. So I think as a bass sound, like not bass the instrument, but bass like the basis, it is really quite plain and boring. So I think the first thing I would do if, you know, I was given this beat and somebody else made it, for example, I would try to replace this sound. Let's go ahead and look at some other instruments we can use. All right, so I dug a little bit through Serum. I found this preset. So originally it didn't have the slow attack. It was just like a chord. It sounded like this. And I thought, oh, it would be kind of fun to play with the attack. So it's a bit of a slower attack and it sounds a little bit like groovier. Like this, you know, it's already a lot better, just these first two chords. Another thing I would play with is the detune. It sounds very clean to me, and I think clean is boring. I mean, not always, obviously. Everything I say is conditional to the piece you're creating, but I think for something like this, which is R&B, I would say a little bit of funk and dirt is good. So, you know, I mean, at least in Serum, we've got these detune buttons here, so you can just play around. This makes it a bit wider. And on both sides, there are a little bit different tuning. I actually quite like that. Yeah, I think I love this. Okay, so that's just one step, right? I think we could still make it a little bit more interesting. So this is where I'm gonna use Unison Sound Doctor. Okay, so this is Sound Doctor here, a very fun interface. Every time you change settings, the doctor tosses his kit at these pill bottles here, which are all different types of effects that you can use: filtering, noise, space, vowels. I mean, there's so many, and you can pick out of this entire selection, or you can use a preset. Unless you use these specific presets here, which are really cool and we can look through, every time you generate something here, you know, based on the settings, it's literally combining a trillion possibilities. So nothing you ever get is going to be like the thing somebody else has. This creates like a brand new, fresh effects chain. So let's go ahead and just cycle through a few of these. That's sick. That's already so sick. the difference, and it really is lo-fi. I love this. You know, and of course you can go ahead and let's say you want a little bit less noise, you can just adjust this down. And you want to like really filter with a high pass. Or you don't want it to. It's fun. Or you just like, you know what? No, I don't want this high pass. Get rid of it. Just gonna use a low pass. That is so much fun. So, and this brings me to another point of how you can make sounds less boring. You can automate things to behave differently. Like, for example, I love this low pass filter, right? I mean, I can just keep playing with it. I can record the automation, or I can deliberately write it in right here. You know, and I can also have this echo trail down as well. That is so much fun. I love that. You know, and if you're trying to copy effects, at least in Ableton, it is very, very easy. If I want the same thing to happen on every chord, I'll just do this. Okay, so let's hear what this sounds like automated. That is a lot less boring. And the fun thing, there are so many effects in this. For example, I'm hearing a little bit of tremolo, so let's go ahead and add that in. 1/4, maybe let's do 1/8. 1/8, okay, here we go. Hey! That is so fun. Full tremolo, or just like a little bit of a hint. Hey! What about reverse? Oh, it adds a reverse echo afterwards. That is so much fun. I'm just playing now, guys. I think I want a little bit less tremolo now that I hear this more. So let's hear it like this. I love this. Yeah, that really transformed the sound big time. So amazing. Let's go ahead and take a look at a few other techniques that you can use. Guys, I hope you're enjoying the video. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Unison. They are the company that made Unison Sound Doctor, which you can see I am obsessed with. And I wanted to tell you guys a little bit more about the plugin and its launch. So it is launching on September 27. And at launch, anybody that buys it gets a $100 discount, so a really significant discount. The regular price is $297, but you will get it for $197 if you buy it now. So I'll have some links in the description down below for you guys if you want to do that. You've already been watching me work with the plugin, but just a little bit more about it. It comes with 25 world-class effects to choose from. You guys saw me do it, you know, filter, noise, all of these different effects, all easily combinable modules, which makes it so customizable. You can use their presets if you'd like to do that, or you can play around, make your own and save them as well. So, and if you do buy it at launch, not only do you get a discount, you also get a bonus. You get 500 plus samples and loops, which Unison makes great loops. I've made some songs that I love with their loops. Some MIDI and presets, and some advanced video training. So anyway, we're gonna go back to the video now. Thank you guys so much for allowing me to have sponsored videos here on this channel. I want to switch focus for a second and look at 808. So I have an 808 that just does this. Basically just plays notes, it's side chains to the kick, and that's about it. So one of the techniques I use to make 808s less boring is I add transposition pitch bending. Really, that's what it's properly called, but I call it transposition sweeps because I'm weird. I like to call things my own things. So basically, you know, you just go to the pitch bend section here in Ableton or whatever DAW you're in, it's gonna have the same thing. And you just do one of these. If you want it to go up, obviously, if you want to go down. And sublab, I think, is automatically set for this sort of like variation field, how many steps it goes up or down to be an octave, which is really like helpful. Most other plugins, you have to set it yourself, which is like slightly irritating, but not a big deal. So, and a lot of times I just gonna listen with everything and figure out where I want some of these pitch sweeps, these glides, pitch bends. You guys know what I'm talking about. Okay, actually hearing this now, I want a little bit less reverse. Just a little less, like a hint. A. So here I think maybe a little bit up. Or maybe up and down. Boom, boom. It might be maybe not as high too, like this vibe. I know it's almost too much, I think. I think maybe if I made the note last just a bit longer, I can have it go down full octave right here. That might be a lot of fun. You know, and these are the types of things you can do. Obviously, there's no like hard concrete rules about this. You do what you want, but it just really helps add interest. So another fun thing you can do with an 808 is add some distortion. There is a built-in module for distortion in Sublab, but I actually want to play around with our new friend, Unison Sound Doctor. So what I would do for this is I'm going to freeze this. Then I'm going to make a copy of it and basically only try to affect the higher frequencies and tune out all the bass frequencies. Let's call it 808 highs. So I think this time I'm going to build a custom chain as opposed to having him suggest me things. So let's start with filtering. All right, so I got my filter here. You can switch different types of filtering. I want to do a high pass. High pass, there we go. So yeah, and I basically just want, you can see where it's filtering. Oh, maybe like around here. Where I still have a lot of the information, but really nothing even lower mid. Yeah, like somewhere around here is good. Okay, so that's my first step. Next, I want to add widening. So let's try width right here. Without width. I'm not sure if this is Haas effect or exactly how it's achieving it, but it sounds really tasty. So next, let's try different types of distortion. Or bit crush. I love bit crush. Let's try bit crushing it. Different types. Ooh. Ooh. I love that. Just a little subtle bit crush. Oh, it's mangle. I'm like a kid in the candy store. Whoa, that is mangling it. No way. That's so crazy. And you can turn down the output because it's really quite loud. Wow. I love that. We probably need a little more cutoff though. Because I'm not sure. It actually introduces quite a bit of lower frequencies, which I'm not like sure that's what we need. So maybe let's try a different module. Maybe destroy. Oh yeah. This perfect. This is perfect. Maybe a little less output. So yeah, and if you hear it with this 808 right now, it adds all the information on the sides. It adds that distortion, that point of interest. And if we hear with everything, without it, see, it really makes the bass stand out. I think maybe it's a little loud. I want just like a touch of it. You know, turn it down a bit. Might have even a little less width. Yeah. Kind of adjust it with the track, but that is a lot of fun. All right, so next I want to address this super dry, super clean vocal here. You know, I wasn't trying to go for like a background vocals. Obviously, there's no top line or anything yet. I just wanted this to be kind of like part of the track, but I didn't do anything with it. I just sang. That's it. So let's go ahead and see what all we can do here. So now I want to just kind of have fun. Let's put this on vocals and pick a module unique. Why don't we try that and just see what happens? Oh, it's got reversing as tremolo. It's got lots of verb. I wonder what anti-harsh is. Some of this is a lot of this is brand new to me. This is so much fun. And what I love too is you can see how much is used by the amount of pills in the bottles. Guys, this is brilliant. I am a little bit obsessed. You're going to see me use this plugin all the time. This is so much fun. But yeah, even like the first setting it gave me, I'm like, wow, I love it. Okay, it does sound a little bit messy in the context of everything, so I think we listen with the rest of the track and kind of adjust it from there. Let's just go ahead and try different things. one slap back. Okay, so this is what I ended up with. I kind of just let it suggest a thing, and then I added some of these filters. I added the space, I added this noise. This is what's really fun. It kind of gives you a suggestion. You're like, oh, I love this. Let me just tweak this to make it perfect for me. You know, you can kind of rely on the engine to give you something interesting to work with. So another technique I want to show you guys for making your tracks less boring, this is just a composition technique. It's very simple, but if you listen to our main instrument, this one, and then you listen to the pad that's underneath it. So, you know, obviously it's whole notes, and here it stops and goes, but it's the same octave. So one of the simplest things you can do is just flip an octave lower or higher. I want to say higher here. You know, we just suddenly have more dimension here. I'm going to throw a little kickstart on it to kind of make it move. There you go, just a little, so it's not just hanging there. Maybe even one more octave up. There you go. Adds a shimmer up top without kind of getting in the way of things. Okay, so another technique I want to discuss is adding some filtering to the drums, especially hats. I think hats can feel really static when they're programmed like this. You know, it's just kind of the same hat, same pitch, here it goes. And there are manual techniques that you can adjust hats and other drum and percussion elements with. Like, for example, you can just add, again, a transposition sweep here. Immediately makes that more interesting. But I want to try Sound Doctor on this as well. Let's see. Drums, aggressive, clean, dirty, dreamy. Lo-fi, let's try lo-fi, see what it gives us. Yeah, see, I already love the noise. I think that really fits this track quite a bit. I would just make sure that it follows the hat so it's not like continuously hanging in the background. Like it crackles with it. Yeah, see, it's very bright. A little bit more vibey. You know, maybe we can kind of have a little less filtering so we have some brightness, because I did like what that did for the mix. You know, somewhere with, yeah, 8,000 kilohertz. So we just take away the very, very tops, but we still have some brightness. Okay, yeah, that's great. And then another thing, this is so simple, and you guys know this, but I will just remind you, when things kind of just sit there, it can get boring, so you can just auto pan things. Immediately add some spatial interest when you do that. All right, I feel like we've done a really good job. There's just a couple of things in here that I want to touch up, like this hey. So this time around, I want to try actually some of the presets. For example, I want to see what dreamy vocals are. I don't know if that goes with the aggressive yelled hey, but I just want to see. Hey! Oh, that's so cute. I love that verb. Oh, I love that. Makes it dark and weird, but in a cool way. I mean, the difference between that and just hey. It's astronomical. It's awesome. Oh, one more thing, you guys. One of the easiest things to make sounds more interesting is to layer them. I literally have my default snare right now, the one that's like loaded in my preset, which is not a bad snare at all. So why don't we go with it, roll with it, but layer it a little bit. So you obviously can layer on every hit. Like, for example, let's layer it with a clap now. So yeah, if we have this, for example. I mean, that's cool. It definitely thickens the sound, but I think I'm just going to have this clap on the second bar here because it's just going to add some point of interest if they're not exactly the same. You know, and I think it would help a lot also to affect it in some way. For example, just a little verb and filtering, and check this out. It's just ever so slightly in the background, adding a point of interest. All right, guys, so let's check out the results. This is the original version of the beat. And this is our new elevated version. you can see, just adding a little bit of effects really elevated this beat from something that sounded quite simple to something that feels a lot more complex and robust. So yeah, use these techniques, you guys, and I would love to hear your results. If you don't know this, we at LYRE have a Discord server now. I will link it in the description of the video. You can join. Obviously, it's free to join. There's a lot of other producers and songwriters in there that are looking to collaborate, looking to give feedback on beats. So make sure you do join up, post your beats, and let us know about your journey in production. All right, guys, and that is pretty much it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on your post notifications so you don't miss any videos from me. But on that note, I'm gonna go. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.